हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज के क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शंस। पिछले दो क्लासेस में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया है कि केमिकल रिएक्शंस में क्या क्या कंडीशंस होते हैं जो ज़रूरी होते हैं। हालांकि सभी केमिकल रिएक्शंस में एक जैसे कंडीशंस का ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ता है, रिएक्शन टू रिएक्शन ये वैरी करेगा। और आगे हम लोगों ने पढ़ा कि कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शंस, तो इस क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शंस, जिसमें पहला रिएक्शन है वो है कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन, जिसमें दो सब्सटेंसेस कंबाइन करते हैं और एक सिंगल सब्सटेंस फॉर्म करता है। तो इसलिए हमने लिखा डेफिनेशन, अगर यदि आपको पूछा जाए देन यू शुड राइट व्हेन टू और मोर सब्सटेंसेस कंबाइन टू फॉर्म ए सिंगल सब्सटेंस देन सच टाइप ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शंस आर कॉल्ड combination reactions. Here we have some examples, 3 examples I have mentioned, like carbon reacting with oxygen we get carbon dioxide, ammonia reacting with water we get ammonium hydroxide, and we have calcium oxide, that is quicklime, reacting with water we get calcium hydroxide. So therefore these are some of the examples of combination reactions. Now आगे बढ़ते हैं और आइए पढ़ते हैं डीकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन। डीकम्पोज होना कहने का मतलब ये है कि कोई एक सिंगल सब्सटेंस है वो फिर से टूटेगा और दो या दो से अधिक नया सब्सटेंस होगा। Means this is opposite to combination reaction. इसमें कंबाइन नहीं बल्कि टूटेगा। तो एग्जाम्पल लिया जाए, जैसे मान लीजिए लाइमस्टोन, इफ यू आर हीटिंग यू विल गेट कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड and CO2. उसी प्रकार there are some more examples given in your textbook based upon types of conditions, जैसे AgCl, if you exposed it to sunlight it will break up into silver and chlorine. Similarly, if you pass electricity, then you will get hydrogen and oxygen, which we have discussed in our previous class, how electrolysis of water takes place. So here we have one more thing very important, and it is oftenly asked in competitive examinations also. So let me tell you this: ferrous sulfate, green in color, but if you heat you will get Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. So here two different gases are released when ferrous sulfate is heated. इस बात को याद रखने की ज़रूरत है। आगे हीटिंग में यहाँ पर कुछ कंडीशंस हैं that we will analyze here, that how some decomposition reactions take place, but some common products are formed. So what are such compounds which give common products? Suppose heating of metal hydroxides, जब भी मेटल हाइड्रोक्साइड्स का हीटिंग होगा, जैसे कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड। अब इसका हीटिंग कीजिएगा, देन यू विल गेट कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड एंड वाटर। वन मोर, सपोज PbOH whole 2, when it is heated we get lead oxide and water. Even copper hydroxide, when it is heated we get copper oxide and water. Silver hydroxide, when it is heated we get silver, oxygen and water. So the common products which we find when metal hydroxides are heated, that is water. This is what you have to remember when you heat any metal hydroxide. Means combined water will get removed from metal hydroxides. Now, what happens when metal carbonates are heated? Heating of metal carbonates. Metal carbonates, we will take 2-3 example. MgCO3, that is magnesium carbonate. When heated we get MgO and CO2. Similarly, you can heat zinc carbonate, we get zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Or copper carbonate also, when it is heated we get CuO and CO2. Silver carbonate, when it is heated we get silver metal, oxygen and CO2 gas. Here also we find one common product which is formed when metal carbonates are heated, that is carbon dioxide gas. We have another type of compounds, when heated we get some other products. Let us talk about heating of metal bicarbonates. So here only I will try to combine heating of carbonates or bicarbonates. For example, we have, suppose you take metal bicarbonate, that is sodium bicarbonate, we get Na2CO3 plus H2O and carbon dioxide. Similarly, we can take calcium bicarbonate, and when it is heated we get calcium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. So this is what you can remember, that when metal bicarbonates are heated we get water in addition to the metal carbonate and carbon dioxide, but when metal carbonates are heated we get only metal oxide and carbon dioxide. So here in case of metal bicarbonate we get carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. Next one, we will learn heating of metal nitrates. What happens when metal nitrates are heated? Okay, When metal nitrates are heated like potassium nitrate, we get potassium nitrite and oxygen gas is evolved. Similarly, when calcium nitrate is heated, then we get calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. When lead nitrate is heated, we get lead oxide, reddish brown color of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. One more we can write, when silver nitrate is heated, we get silver metal plus nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen. So when metal nitrates are heated, we are getting nitrogen dioxide as most of the common reddish brown gas. When carbonates are heated, we are getting CO2 as common, and when bicarbonates are heated, we get metal carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. So this is what we have to remember when different compounds, when they are heated, we get different products. Now we will be learning about third type of chemical reaction, that is displacement reaction. Third type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. In this, what we find that a more reactive element displaces a lesser reactive element from its compound. The one which is powerful will rule, another will get ruined. This is what is the basic concept behind this reaction. Let's take that A plus BC, AC is formed and B gets displaced. So B has got displaced. We can understand that A is more reactive than B. Similarly, here we will take some examples to make you understand, like zinc metal being more reactive than copper, therefore zinc displaces copper. Or else we can take potassium iodide plus chlorine, KCl we get, and I2 gets displaced. So here we can understand that chlorine is more reactive than iodine, and here zinc is more reactive than copper. Therefore, zinc is displacing copper from copper sulfate. Anyway, to understand this type of chemical reaction, that is displacement reaction, that you should be knowing reactivity series of metals. And once you know this, it will be very easy for you to understand. So let me write for you reactivity series of metals. Reactivity series of metals means arrangement of metals from top to bottom in order of decreasing chemical activity. Popular scientist can make a Jew in the low humid country more satisfactorily. This is the order, decreasing order from top to bottom. To remember this, there is a numeric that you should always remember. First letter of the element's name, popular scientist can make a Jew in the low humid country more satisfactorily. P for potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, tin, lead, and hydrogen, copper, mercury and silver. Here you have to remember that hydrogen is included because it forms cation. Like hydrogen losing one electron and it forms H plus. Therefore, being electropositive in nature, hydrogen is also placed in the reactivity series of metals. Let us follow further and understand double decomposition reaction. This is a fourth type of reaction, that is double decomposition reaction. The primary thing which we have to remember about double decomposition reaction is exchange of ions takes place. Exchange of ions, or let us say radicals, takes place. Suppose A, B plus C, D, A, D, C, B. So A, D and C, B product will be formed. So there is exchange of ions which we find in this type of reactions. Let's take for and there are two types. There are two types. There are two types. First one, precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction means an insoluble insoluble product is formed. Let's see an example. Suppose silver nitrate aqueous. If you react with sodium chloride aqueous, we get white precipitate of silver chloride, and NaNO3 will remain in aqueous solution. So this is one kind of a reaction in which an insoluble product is formed. There are some more products, some more examples. BaCl2 and sulfuric acid. Barium chloride reacts with sulfuric acid. We get BaSO4 as precipitate and hydrochloric acid as aqueous solution. It will remain in the solution. Let's take up another type of double decomposition reaction, that is of neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction you have been studying from lower classes, in which an acid reacts with a base and forms salt and water. For example, like hydrochloric acid reacts with a base and we get a salt NaCl and water. So these are the basic things that we come across about neutralization reaction. One more thing we can write, like metal oxides are basic in nature, and if they react with acid we will get salt and water. We may take one more. KOH reacts with nitric acid, we will get potassium nitrate and water. So these are the chemical reactions, the types of chemical reactions which we have discussed. So I hope you all have understood the types of chemical reactions. Mainly 4 types we discussed here, and fifth one had 2 subtypes, so that is precipitation and neutralization reaction. There are some applications of neutralization reactions in our life. I am not making up as a note here, but try to understand. Suppose you eat food. Our normal pH of our blood is 7.4. For our digestion, our stomach releases, gastric glands are there, which it releases hydrochloric acid, very important, because it activates pepsinogen into pepsin, helps in digestion. But in case there is excess secretion of hydrochloric acid, then in that sense you may have pain in your stomach, and it is called acidity. To overcome acidity, which compound do you use? We are recommended to use milk of magnesia, that is MgOH2, and it is taken and it neutralizes acidity, excess of acidity caused. We may use baking soda even. So these are the things that helps to neutralize acidity. On the other hand, there are some other cases. Let's see. If it happens that acid is spilled in your cloth and immediately you expect that not to get spoiled, then you have to use ammonia solution, that is NH4OH. If you use this liquor ammonia, it is also called, and if it is used, then it will neutralize the action, corrosive action of the acid, and your cloth and as well as your skin will get protected. In farming, there are some crops which may require acidic soil like rice. For that, farmers use manure. Cow dung manure it may be, green manure it may be. They lower the pH of the soil, and hence it provides better soil for the growth of rice in acidic medium. But there are some crops which require neutral soil. To maintain neutrality in case the soil has turned to be alkaline, pH level has gone beyond 7, 9, 10 or 10 plus. In that sense, and in such situations, you must have heard the farmers using quick lime or slack lime. They spray in the soil, mix it while plowing, and then they go for sowing of the seeds. So here we have understood that there are certain applications even when you have bee sting. Bee sting contains formic acid, so it will cause pain, and to get relieved from such pain we have to use mild bases. It may be sodium hydroxide or baking powder can be rubbed to get relieved from severe pain. Wasp sting, on the other hand, contains acidic sting, and in order to overcome, we have to use vinegar whose pH is around 4, and it is mild acid and can help us to get relief from pain in case of wasp sting. Thank you. I hope you have all understood, being attentively listening to me, and here we finish this chapter, and in our next class we will be talking about some other chapter. We will maintain continuity so that the whole syllabus gets over. Thank you for being with me, and have a nice day.